folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen, and this week we are doing a review of the Halloween 2018 trailer. How about it, folks? Did you guys check it out? So here, this is going to be my thoughts on the trailer. I'm going to go through a little bit of the events of the trailer, what happened in it, and I gotta say right off the bat, I absolutely love it. And I love the direction that they're going in with this film. And I think it's such a great homage to the original film, where it only follows the original film. As we know, it's retconning all the sequels, even Halloween 2, which I happen to love Halloween 2, but it is what it is, you know. I get that they don't want to continue the convoluted storyline, you know, that went on and on and on. For many of the sequels. So they just kind of want to keep it simple and follow the original. Even in doing so, it does kind of screw up the timeline, but just looking at the way, the care that went into this film, you can just see it right off the bat in the trailer that they're going for broke with this movie. Laurie Strode looks like a real badass, and I love the care that they took in some of the details, like they showed Laurie's scar from when Michael stabbed her in the original film and then she fell down the stairs. I thought that was really cool. Nice little, I appreciate those kind of details. And I like that they showed the fact that Dr. Loomis had shot him. They showed a little drawing of Dr. Loomis. And I noticed that there's this new British guy who has a long trench coat, and he approaches Michael in the prison while all the crazy loony bins, you know, people are screwing around, and he takes the mask out of his bag and shows it to him. I got something you might be interested in. And of course, all the other patients like freak out, like and there's like some dog barking and shit. And it's a really creepy scene how they do. I love the angle they show where it doesn't actually show Michael's face. You just kind of see him from a distance. You don't get a look at his face. And I thought that was really cool. And you see that a couple times. You see once he does actually escape, that this car kind of pulls up to him. You kind of see him in the shadows. You only see like his body, his face is in the shadows. And I really thought that was a cool shot. And once again, not showing his face, you know. And I was actually, gotta say, I was surprised how much they actually show Michael Myers in the trailer. They show him in full blown with the mask and everything. And I absolutely love the scene once that you see that he does break out. And there's this girl in the bathroom in the stall, and you see him kind of creep in real slow, and you just see his feet from below the stall, you know. And then you see this hand reach over real slow and drop something on the ground, and you see the close-up, it's like someone's teeth on the ground. I was like, it was really eerie and really cool the way they shot that. I love it. And then of course you see slowly puts on the legendary mask. And of course I see how, you know, the fact that it's retconning the sequels is kind of thrown in your face a little bit. Because you see Andi Matichak and her buddy talking about, you know, Laurie Strode's your grandmother, isn't she? Yeah. And then this other guy says, well, didn't her brother commit the murders, I heard? And then the other girl was like, no, that was just a rumor. That's just some stuff some people made up. And that's their way of retconning the sequels. And it does acknowledge it, but it kind of like is a little bit of slap in the face. A little bit. I think it was cute, but at the same time it's kind of throwing in your face, you know, we're ignoring the sequels. Even though there's little nods here and there. Like there's even a nod I noticed to Halloween 2 when you see Michael slowly bump into that kid and you hear that music that, you know, just like Halloween 2 when Michael bumps into that kid with the boom box and then he walks off to Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. So yeah, they're giving nods to 2, but they're not following 2. But, you know, at least they had these little tidbits in there. It's kind of nice. But I gotta say, Laurie Strode looks awesome. Jamie Lee Curtis looks awesome. She looks like a real, like, weathered, but, like, badass. And I love the line she says, like, he's been waiting for me all this time, and I've been waiting for him. And this guy, who I think is probably the sheriff of Haddonfield, is like, why in the hell did you do that? She's like, so I could kill him. And you see all these scenes of her, like, practicing, blasting the shotgun, getting ready for Michael's return, because she knows that he's returning. And she just knows that he's fixated him, that he's not done with her. Because he knows that Dr. Loomis had followed him all this time, 15 years, and he sat in a room waiting to explode. And now the fact that Jamie Lee is the one that got away after he's the one that fixated on Laurie, and you know that since he got away, he's waiting, plotting his revenge. He's waiting. Just like Dr. Loomis said in the original. For what? I don't know. But I gotta say, the movie, it just looks like so much care was put into the movie. It's so scary, especially that scene at the end of the trailer when you see the girls like saying, why won't the closet close? And she keeps trying to shut it. And then she tries one last time and she sees that Michael is in there. And it's like, oh, that was so scary the way they did that. It was awesome. And I gotta say, Michael's mask looks incredible. So cool, man. It looks so scary. It's terrifying. And just Michael looks like at his best. He looks terrifying, scary, and that is so great to see again. And to see him in 2018 returning to film in such a big way, you know, a huge way. And I think this film is going to be a big hit, I'm telling you. A lot of horror fans have been waiting for something like this, a classic style slasher, but set in the present day, you know. And you got so much great talent involved. You got Danny McBride co-wrote it with David Gordon Green. You got David Gordon Green directing it. You got Jamie Lee Curtis returning. You got John Carpenter back to executive produce. And I noticed that the score in the trailer sounds like it's exactly the same score of the original 1978 film. I don't even think they redid it. They just actually used the music from the original film. And it actually worked really awesome. And it was so cool to hear that classic music in this trailer. And I hope it's that way in the actual movie. You know, I hope they don't even redo it. Just use the original music. If you're going to follow only the original movie, then use that original music because it worked perfectly in that trailer. So guys, I am so freaking excited for this movie. Yeah, I'm still a little pissed that it's not following 2 because I'm such a huge fan of Halloween 2, and I do like the brother-sister angle, but it is what it is again, you know. But I just want to see a great Halloween movie, and I think this is going to be an excellent Halloween movie, judging by the trailer. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited to see Michael return in such a big way, and like I said, I think it's going to be a big hit. And I'm actually hoping that the series continues after this, you know. We'll see what happens, but judging by a recent interview I read with David Gordon Green, it seems to me like he's not planning for just a one-shot, you know. Now, it might be the last hurrah for Laurie Strode, but I have a feeling that it's not going to be the last shot for Michael Myers. I think the series is going to continue, especially if it does really well. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. But at any rate, I'm so excited. October 19th, 2018 can't come soon enough. So thank you, folks, for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared.